Alright, so the second film we're reviewing for this week is Network, made in 1976 by Sidney Lumet. This is my choice for the oldie of the week. The film was nominated for 10 Oscars. It won 4 of them, 3 of them being for acting awards, one for Faye Dunaway and William Holden and Peter Finch, who are all in prominent roles in the film, and also for writing for Paddy Chayefsky, I think his name is.
Yep.
Yeah, so basically the story is about Howard Beale, played by Peter Finch, who is an anchorman on a fairly low rated television network. He's told that he will be fired within 2 weeks at the start of the film, and subsequently goes on air and says that he's planning to shoot himself in front of the audience. And from that point onwards, he also later has a mental breakdown which causes him to start ranting, basically going on tirades on camera, which rate very, very well and improve the ratings of the network. And so the network, basically the story becomes about how the network is exploiting someone who's not quite mentally balanced, and and just the way that works. So I've seen this film twice now, once about a year ago and also last week. I enjoyed it more the second time, I have to say. I think that basically the Howard Beale character is incredibly engaging. He's very passionate. His monologues in the film are very, how would you say it? They really sort of draw you in. Like, he's very passionate, and what he has to say is extremely relevant, even now, perhaps more so now than when the film was originally made. In that respect, I think the film almost it sort of suffers in a way that it doesn't focus more on him, because he is such an intriguing character that you just want to see more of him. And the story, there is a love story between William Holden's character, Max Schumacher, and Faye Dunaway, and although the performances are great, although I think she's perhaps a little bit over the top, I just feel that that sort of took away from the main point of the film, which was about the way the media exploits people. What did you think, Andre?
Yeah, one minor correction before I go on. I just wanted to, because I'm a historical Oscars buff, William Holden didn't in fact get an Oscar for his part. It was actually Beatrice Straight.
Beatrice Straight, who plays William Holden's wife.
William Holden's wife, yeah. That's right, which amounts to basically one scene.
Yeah, but it's that was the thing. I actually got confused about that. I thought that it might have been her, but obviously didn't do my research correctly. But I think that her scene actually did deserve an Oscar. It was brilliant.
I agree. The thing about the film is that, well, I mean, it's the first and only film so far that has won 3 out of 4 acting categories in the Oscars. And I think the reason for that is that all the actors, I think, knew when they read the script that they had something rich and something like an actor's dream. Just a sensational script. I love films with great dialogue, and this has it in spades. Paddy Chayefsky was just a sensation. I think he was a novelist, a playwright, and a screenplay writer as well. And the 70s is my favourite era of cinema, and this is just another example of why. It's just sensational dialogue, sensational acting. The direction is not intrusive at all. but at the same time, as I hesitate to use the word gritty, but it's just done in that 70s style, which I just love so much. But Paddy Chayefsky is a big hero of mine. I think that most of his stuff is pretty sensational. Network being a case in point, it's just hit a nerve, and like you said, it's still carried on 30 plus years on. I mean, it's like he sort of peeked into the future, and still we see examples of this all the time. And that line of Peter Finch's, I'm mad as hell, I'm not going to take it anymore. It's constantly quoted.
Yeah.
I think The Simpsons have taken it off. It's fantastic film. Really loved it. I've seen it about 3 or 4 times myself. Definitely stands up to repeated viewings.
Yeah, no, I will definitely be going back for thirds and fourths, I think. But it is very much an actor's film. In fact, that was probably one thing that struck me about it when I first saw it. I thought it was perhaps bordering a little bit too much on the theatrical almost. Yeah. I think that's why I enjoyed it more the second time, because, not expecting it to be more realistic as we have films now that aren't so theatrical. It was like I could appreciate it much more for what it was and for its era as well. It's just it was a great film.
Quickly, big props to Ned Beatty, who was the sole actor nominated who missed out on his Oscar category. Who has a really great scene with Peter Finch in the corporate boardroom. Fantastic, watch out for that one. Right, onto the nails. I loved it. I just can't get enough of it, and that 70s style, 9 out of 10 nails for me.
8 for me.
Your own lives are unreal. You do whatever the tube tells you. You dress like the tube, you eat like the tube, you raise your children like the tube, you even think like the tube. This is mass madness, you maniacs. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion. So turn off your television sets. Turn them off now. Turn them off right now. Turn them off and leave them off. Turn them off right in the middle of the sentence I'm speaking to you now. Turn them off.
That's it for our first episode ever. Thanks for watching. Please leave your comments, feedback, suggestions, etc., etc. We'll be coming to you next week. We're not going to tell you what those films are going to be just yet. But I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all the people in Melbourne, just to say that the La Mirada Film Festival is starting next week from the 1st of April to the 11th of April, courtesy of ACME.
Yep, and I went to that last year and I saw some great films, one of them in particular, which is probably my #1 film at the moment. So I highly recommend going if you can.
Big raps from Fabs, but we'll get to that film another time.
Yeah.
So check that out. Also, just wanted to also suggest that you check out the Red Shoes if you can, or at the Astor Cinema in St Kilda from 1941, I believe it was. By help me out with the names there, Fabs. Powell and Pressburger, is that right? Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger, I believe it was.
Possibly. I haven't seen it.
Fantastic film. Still has those moments, 60, nearly 70 years on, that make you wonder how the hell they did that. So check that out if you can. Highly recommend it. That's it for this week. We will catch you next time on Mailing Flicks. See ya. Thanks for watching.